Dream third in the breeze, Leo Lobel on the rail, a length to Highland Walk, and Raja Reports ahead away at the rear, 32.3 for the first quarter of the mile. Still Talara Dream makes play, past the red lights and the bell. Talara Dream more than a length in front of Cavalier Savante, who's coming away from the fence now. Bobby's Dream on the back of Cavalier Savante, a length to Leo Lobel, then Highland Walk, and Raja Report was last. Well, Talara Dream must have used plenty of juice in that first 500 metres, and Cavalier Savante goes after him now. 31.3 the second section of the mile. Talara Dream a half in front at the 600 metres peg. Cavalier Savante working to close the gap. 4 lengths away, Highland Walk. Bobby's Dream on a loose rein, then Leo Lobel, and Raja Report gives up the ghost. Talara Dream and Cavalier Savante together past the 400, not for long. Cavalier Savante verges to the lead, draws one in front of Talara Dream. 2 away, Highland Walk running on, and they're clear of Bobby's Dream. Cavalier Savante in front at the top of the lane, short of 200 to run, and Cavalier Savante straightens in front. Bowyer has to go for him. Here comes the ex-Vic Highland Walk. Cavalier Savante in front. Highland Walk trying hard, but he's come to the end of his tether now, and Cavalier Savante holds him at bay in the last bit. Cavalier Savante beat Highland Walk. Talara Dream third, then Bobby's Dream, Leo Lobel and Raja Report last of all. Lead time 33.2.
And Cavalier Savante.
For the light, there it is. It is a start. Happy Holiday on the inside began pretty well. Nothing really challenging early. Arctic Scott was being restrained, although it's going on with it now. Untouchable will ease. Flash Toga drives up behind the leader. Further back in the field, then saddling High Cam. Great Escape dropped out of it early, not keen to get in an early battle. And Keybray goes to the inside at the tail. So on sorting themselves out, and Happy Holiday has held the lead pretty easily. It's only just the leader, though, sitting up on the outside second, Arctic Scott. Flash Toga in behind the leader. And one out and one back at the moment was Untouchable. 5 metres further back in the field then to High Chem, which races on the outside of Keybray. And then 4 metres last of all was Great Escape. Racing out of the straight under 2 laps from home, it's Happy Holiday the inside. On the outside, Arctic Scott. The lead time is 46.8. Flash Toga with the run of the race in behind the leader, and Untouchable's been in the 1-1 trial from that first turn. On the rails, Keybray. Second last on its outside was High Chem, and Great Escape, I should say, biding its time at the tail. Down the back, and Arctic Scott just puts a little pressure on up front, but he's still got a good hold on it. It's Arctic Scott the outside, Happy Holiday the inside. Both horses are getting up on the steel. 5 metres away, Flash Toga. Untouchables lost the back of Arctic Scott for the moment. High Chem was still racing around Keybray, and still biding its time at the tail was Great Escape. Halfway around the top turn, and with just over a lap and a quarter left to run, they went the first quarter in 31.1, so the pace has been quite good. We've got Happy Holiday the rails, Arctic Scott the outside. They've been racing together most of the way. Flash Toga's had a good trail in behind them. Untouchable's been well positioned throughout. Next then Keybray, High Chem the outside. There's still no moves coming. Great Escape is going to wait for the last run at the tail. There's been no change for quite a way as they race past the 800, but the pace has been good. Happy Holiday, just the leader. Now got a couple of metres on Arctic Scott. The second quarter was 32.5. They slowed up a little. In behind them, Flash Toga. Then Untouchables had every chance in the run. Further back, High Chem. Now they're about to come from the back. High Chem on the inside of it was Keybray, and Great Escape pulling wide. They race down the back. Happy Holiday under the whip. Arctic Scott the outside, draws level again. Moving up out 3 wide, Untouchable. Keybray in the centre. High Chem's got the cart home on the back of Untouchable, which is about to race past the 2 leaders. And then Flash Toga. Now Great Escape pulling very wide. Halfway around the turn, and High Chem on the outside. They went the third quarter in 30.6. High Chem goes up with Untouchable. Great Escape was coming at them late. Keybray just behind them. Then Arctic Scott in the straight. High Chem's gone to the front. Great Escape cutting it down, and now Keybray in the centre. High Chem, Great Escape, Keybray. Great Escape put the nose clear, and Great Escape's beaten Keybray in a photo. High Chem 3 metres away, third on the line. Then Untouchable, Arctic Scott, Flash Toga, and Happy Holiday knocked up to be last in.
Okay, pretty tight there now. Possibly 3, Great Escape over 6 and 8, but it is pretty tight there. We'll wait for those numbers to come through officially. Now the Geelong placings ahead of Peter, and Geelong the dividends coming through for you now so that you can reinvest on the 8:30 race coming up in around about
Now they're all set. This is race number 4 of the night. Ready to go, the red, the fave, Born to Chase. Racing. Born to Chase came out fairly well off the inside. The reserve In Disguise won the start from Jessie Deer and Elodius. Very tight into the first corner, and falling was Big Bruiser. Round the first bend, Born to Chase went to the lead. Lucky Road second. Beach Gown third from In Disguise, Elodius, Jessie Deer. And then Big Bruiser's tailed off last, and up ahead of it, Wireless up to the corner. Born to Chase in front. 2 lengths to Lucky Road and Beach Gown. Born to Chase turned in front from Lucky Road, wearing it down. Born to Chase is going to go strongly to the wire, and Born to Chase wins it nicely. Beach Gown running to second place. Third was Lucky Road, In Disguise fourth, and then came a break to Jessie Deer, Elodius, Wireless, and Big Bruiser actually completed the course a fair way back.
Born to Chase was Born to Chase. Did exactly that tonight, didn't it, Pete? 1, 2 and 4.
It does. The green light's on. Semaphores start. They're racing an Illinois Lady out wide, showing speed. Satin Prince also driven out with the whip. Just a skipper from the inside can't keep them out. Roman Victor gets to fourth. 8 metres Injector, then Silver Classic, Dundee King, Regal, Hyde, High Profile, and Just Council last. Illinois Lady won that battle early and kept up on the outside Satin Prince without cover. So Illinois Lady around the turn, 4 metres in front of Satin Prince. Just a skipper on the fences third. Roman Victor fourth, about 8 metres away, followed by Silver Classic, Injector the outside, 8 metres to Regal Hyde, then High Profile, Just Council, and last is Dundee King. 2 circuits out of the 1600, and the leader is Illinois Lady by almost 3 metres. Satin Prince at the leader's wheel. Third a metre back is Just a Skipper, and fourth on the outside is Roman Victor. For a stride or two he was reined up there. On his inside is Silver Classic. The running line Injector. Pulling out now 3 wide early is High Profile. Third last is Just Council, then Regal Hyde, and 2 metres away last is Dundee King. Along the back straight they head towards the lap and a half, and in front is Illinois Lady, held together by a metre. High Profile now whipped around the outside, worked into second placing. A clear third, Just a Skipper, the leader's back. Satin Prince going pretty roughly there, dipped, almost fell, checking Roman Victor momentarily. He's about to be pulled up into stride, Satin Prince. He's going pretty poorly at the moment. Silver Classic now gets to fourth. The outside is Roman Victor. 4 metres to Just Council, followed by Injector, Dundee King, Regal Hyde, and Satin Prince is now getting going, still pacing a bit roughly, but he's some 10 metres away. They straighten up at the 900. It's Illinois Lady by a neck to High Profile. Now Just a Skipper was able to come one off the fence to fourth, as Roman Victor wasn't going well, so Just a Skipper couldn't have had a better run. Silver Classic now the leader's back. Pulling out 3 wide as Regal Hyde. Roman Victor in the centre, Just Council offence, followed by Injector, Dundee King, and losing further ground as Satin Prince. Out of the straight they race towards the 650. It's still Illinois Lady. She's had a nice run by neck to High Profile. Pulling out 3 wide, Regal Hyde has Just a Skipper momentarily in a pocket in the centre. Silver Classic on the leader's back, 8 metres away in the centre, Roman Victor. On the rail is Just Council. Injector under the whip, followed by Dundee King, and 50 metres away, Satin Prince. Inside the 400 before the turn, Illinois Lady narrowly in front of High Profile. Regal Hyde still 3 wide. Just a Skipper in the centre, about to pull out 4 wide, followed by Roman Victor, Silver Classic, Just Council, Injector, and Dundee King. On the home turn, 200 out though, Illinois Lady by a metre. Trying very hard is High Profile with Regal Hyde. Just a Skipper only plodding, followed by Silver Classic at the 100. Illinois Lady by a metre. Regal Hyde, High Profile are boxing on, but Illinois Lady pulling out plenty, and Illinois Lady leads all the way. Illinois Lady wins 1.5 metres to Regal Hyde, 1 metre third, High Profile, then Roman Victor, Just Council. In behind them, Silver Classic, Dundee King. Just a Skipper, a shocker. Injectors run second last and tailed right off Satin Prince.
5-11.
There's the blue light. They're off and racing, and Fancy a Bird on the inside got out smartly. Crown Tax began brilliantly. It's fired up in the early part of the race and is going to the lead with Darcy Dale showing a great turn of speed as well. Fancy Bird kicking up on the inside, trying to hold them out. Hasn't got the pace. Farmer's Daughter coming across from out deep, going around the first corner. Glad On is getting into a handy spot as well, and they were followed by Huckleberry. Back in the field then on the outside was Elaine's Pick. Over on the rails, LJ Fella. And at the tail of the field is Gliding Gold. Coming around the home corner the first time. And Neil Thompson shot Darcy Dale away. Into the home stretch and down to the judge with a lap to go. It's Darcy Dale nicely clear of Crown Tax. Moving up third is Farmer's Daughter, the first without cover. Fancy a Bit eases for the trail, and going through on the inside is Glad On. Out deep is Elaine's Pick at the judge with a lap to go.
They were followed further back on the outside by Huckleberry. Over on the rails, LJ Fella. And last of all is Gliding Gold. Heading to the turn out of the straight. And that lead time is 60.1. So they run by the 800-metre mark. And the pilot, Darcy Dale, shows the way by 3 parts of a length to Farmer's Daughter and Crown Tax third on the inside. Fancy a Bit is 1 by 1 as they head down the back. Elaine's Pick is out 3 carts wide and Glad on the fence. A length further back to Huckleberry, who's on a loose rein being chased along. And then came LJ Fella and Gliding Gold last at a packing field. Heading on towards the quarter. 400 metres left to go. Darcy Dale, the leader. Not a Bid moves up strongly in the second spot. Rather Fancy a Bit moving up strongly in the second spot. Is a fall. Down went Farmer's Daughter. And 3 drivers tipped out behind it. Up to the home bend now, and Fancy a Bit moving up to tackle on the inside. Darcy Dale getting through along the fences. Glad on, and down the outside, Crown Tax is running on pretty well with LJ Fella. The leader is Darcy Dale. On the outside, Crown Tax. Fancy a Bit trying to reach it. LJ Fella is coming home at 100 mile an hour. Blanket finish coming up, or Darcy Dale, I think. Darcy Dale from Crown Tax. LJ Fella close up, followed by Glad on. And then came Fancy a Bid. They were the only ones to finish. And we've got a driverless one there, which was Gliding Gold. Farmer's Daughter came down. And look, having a look over at about the 350, Farmer's Daughter up on her feet. Driver is okay.
All right, let's check some dividends at Globe Derby.
Area. Good for you, drawn on the pole. Racing, You Next came out of the gate. Lickety Split went straight to the lead. Good for You and Corsican Gold both began fairly from Bavarian Skipper and Charkaland out wide. Then Murano Gold, followed by One Flew Over, and Bill's Domain drops out to the tail of the field. You Next in front at the end of 300 metres. The driver restrains. Charkaland's 4 wide. Bavarian Skipper 3 deep, and Corsican Gold goes up on the outside of the leader now. Good for You on the fence behind the speed on the inside of Murano Gold. Then Bill's Domain and One Flew Over last down the stretch at the 1100. They're packed up like a can of King Oscars at the bell. 29.3 for the first quarter of the mile. And You Next leads by a half length over Bavarian Skipper. Charkaland third and 3 deep. Corsican Gold fourth on the outside of Good for You. 1 to Murano Gold. One Flew Over second last, and Bill's Domain whipped them in at the 850. You Next leading by more than a length over Bavarian Skipper. Charkaland having a tough run, working triple time. Good for You on the fence. Corsican Gold sitting in the running lane on the outside of One Flew Over. Then Murano Gold and Bill's Domain at the rear. 30.8 for the second section. You Next under restraint down the back, leading by a length over Bavarian Skipper. Charkaland 3 deep and hard driven. Then Good for You. Corsican Gold now peels out 4 wide from One Flew Over, Murano Gold and Bill's Domain. You Next drop Bavarian Skipper 300 metres out. Gee, the driver looks confident, and You Next looks to be cruising. You Next 2.5 in front of One Flew Over, who's saved a heap of ground on the rail. Bavarian Skipper flat, Corsican Gold flat. You Next turns in front. Ducks goes for him. Here's the danger. One Flew Over after You Next. Well, he looked to be cruising, but when asked for something, he found naught. One Flew Over went to the front. Bavarian Skipper ran to second again, and One Flew Over wins easily. One Flew Over beat Bavarian Skipper. Bill's Domain probably nutted You Next for third money. Well, he looked to be travelling easily, You Next under restraint, but once let go, he fainted. Then
Righto, 6-5 at a photo there, possibly number 7 for third. Now, Sydney, let's update.
Racing, Benita Bowes come out only fairly, and the best out in the middle, Golden Duck led with Correct, moving along the rail, Sunrise Express, but they're very tight. Clearing the pack up was Catan, and getting through on the fence, Plug for Me. Plug for Me went to the lead. Sunrise Express on the outside, and going into third then was Catan. Alpha and Bandy and Golden Duck behind them, right off the track, but moving through Benita Bowes, Mr. Fabulous. And last of all, Correct Move on the corner, getting away, Plug for Me is out by 3 to Sunrise Express. Plug for Me's in front, and Plug for Me too good. Plug for Me 2 lengths Sunrise Express. Getting up for third was Catan. A long break in the field then to Benita Bale, followed by Correct Move. Then came behind those Mr. Fabulous with Alpha and Brandy, and it was one of the last.
Thanks very much, Pete. Righto.
I let them go, and he's going roughly Pro Cheval, and he skips out of his gear at the start, and he's still galloping and being inconvenienced. Aspen Gold. Gaspar Star gets to the early lead. Out 3 wide is Blazing Bright. Pac-Man in the centre. Venetian Adam kept 3 wide round the first turn by Galloway David. Further back on settling down Rusty Wangara. Next then Hope Power Glory drops to the rails in front of Media Command. Well back on settling down Aspen Gold, and the favourite Pro Cheval settles at the tail. They pace into the back straight. Gaspar Star won the early battle. 4 metres in front, eventually sitting up second Blazing Bright, and they slacken the pace up front. Pac-Man on the outside is now 1-1 as Blazing Bright stays off. Now Rusty Wangara is going to whip around the field. Hope Power Glory's got right up behind the leader. Media Command now 3 back the rails. Venetian Adam follows the other one, Rusty Wangara, around them, and they're followed now by Pro Cheval, which is coming out 3 deep onto the back of Venetian Adam, and then further back Galloway David. Well, it was up running 4th early. It's back to second last, and Aspen Gold on the inside. First quarter was only 32.9. They haven't gone quickly. Gaspar Star led 2 metres. Rusty Wangara sitting up second. Well, Venetian Adam's been out 3 deep from the very start. It's never got in. Hope Power Glory in behind them. Blazing Bright in the centre. Pro Cheval now on the back of Venetian Adam. Then Media Command on the inside. Pac-Man the centre. 3 wide onto the back of its stablemate Galloway David onto the back there of Pro Cheval, and Aspen Gold at the tail. Second quarter only 32.1, so they haven't gone quickly, and Gaspar Star led. Rusty Wangara second. Venetian Adams had a very tough run first up, and Pro Cheval's about to peel out around it. Then Blazing Bright, Hope Power Glory. Galloway David follows Pro Cheval, and they're followed by Pac-Man and Media Command, leaving the back straight. Gaspar Star led. Rusty Wangara the centre, and Pro Cheval moves up quickly out 3 wide. They're 8 metres in advance of Hope Power Glory. Blazing Bright in the centre. Venetian Adams gone. It'll run nearly last. Out wider on the track then was Galloway David. Media Command behind them. Rusty Wangara got a couple of metres clear. Pro Cheval trying hard to run him down. Still there Gaspar Star, then Hope Power Glory. Rusty Wangara in front. Pro Cheval trying hard, but Rusty Wangara wins. Rusty Wangara a metre Pro Cheval. Gaspar Star hangs on for third in front of Media Command later. Close up Hope Power Glory and Galloway David. A gap then Pac-Man, Blazing Bright and Venetian Adam have both finished well back, and with them was Aspen Gold.
Now, 10-1.
It's on, racing. Filling time is away very quickly. He's in search of the lead. So too is Sarah's Pride. Without wide, Woodside Mosley. Our Folly settles down 4th. Then Blondie's Choice as Woodside Mosley leads. Up on the outside is Classic Jack. 3 wide there on the top turn. The first time is Wirrikee Strike. Special Dean the centre. On the rail is Valinka Star. And Patron Shadow is last. On the turn the first time, the leader Woodside Mosley by 5 metres. Sarah's Pride, it's back without cover for the moment as Filling Time. Although from the rear now, Classic Jack is out 3 wide, trailed up by Wirrikee Strike. On the fence is Blondie's Choice, in the centre is Our Folly. 3 metres away, Special Dean. On the rail is Valinka Star. Patron Shadow second last, and Wirrikee Strike restrained. Now dropped out to last. Out of the straight they race towards the lap and 3/4. At the 1550, Classic Jack now gets into second, placing within a metre of Woodside Mosley. On the fence in third, Sarah's Pride. The favourite now, Filling Time, has the cover 4th. 4 metres to Our Folly on the outside of Blondie's Choice. From the rear, Patron Shadow now set alight. 4 metres to Special Dean, then Valinka Star, and last is Wirrikee Strike. Halfway along the back, it's almost a line of 3. Classic Jack in the centre put his nose in front of Woodside Mosley, and Patron Shadow does make a line of 3. Then Sarah's Pride having a nice sit behind the leader. Every chance for Filling Time, 5th on the outside. 4 metres to Blondie's Choice on the fence, followed by Our Folly. Then Special Dean, Valinka Star, and Wirrikee Strike. Approaching the turn once again, he's working overtime on Patron Shadow. Still out 3 wide, draws up now, faces the breeze. Within a neck of the leader, which is still Woodside Mosley. Down the straight at the 850, Sarah's Pride, the leader's back. Then Classic Jack. Blondie's Choice bailed away. 2 metres to Filling Time. Now 3 back on the outside. Trailed up by Our Folly. On the fences, Valinka Star. Again, Wirrikee Strike from last. Pulls to the outside, 3 wide. This time he goes on with the job, and Special Dean one off the fences last. Out of the straight they race in the final lap towards the 650. Patron Shadow on the outside is joining and shading Woodside Mosley. Sarah's Pride. She's had the run of the race on the leader's back. And now coming off the fence on its outside, Classic Jack is under pressure, 3 out. Fill in Time will have to pull to the extreme outside, 4 and 5 wide. Then Blondie's Choice, Valenka Star, Our Folly, Special Dean and Wirriki Strike. Before the turn, 400 metres out. Patron Shadow round to the lead now by 4 metres. He's worked on the Rundo. Woodside Mosley gone. Classic Jack under pressure. Fill in Time pulls out 3 wide. He's not going well though. Sarah's Pride, the leader's back. Then Valenka Star, Special Dean, Our Folly, Wirriki Strike and Blondie's Choice. But Patron Shadow giving them something to chase around the turn at the 180. He kicked and found 4 metres to Sarah's Pride. She's out in the clear in plenty of time. Then Blondie's Choice absolutely flying. She's the one, Blondie's Choice on the rail. She's coming home 2 to their 1. She races to the lead near the line. And Blondie's Choice has drawn away to win by 4 metres to Patron Shadow. Classic Jack is coming in to run third. Close up Sarah's Pride. Fill in Time, pretty disappointing, followed by Wirriki Strike, Valenka Star, second last Woodside Mosley, and last in was Our Folly.
Righto, 113.4 there, right through on the inside there.
And of course Rufus Bale is the other one in the event. And they're all set. This is race 6 of the night. Farmer Wilson in box 7 racing. Coming out fast was Raider Power off the inside. The Farmers jump nicely and Farmer Wilson's going to clear them at the first corner. Farmer Wilson the leader from Raider Power, Pagan Jess the outside. Then came Alstallone, Buena Cello through the middle, Glenn's Hankey. And back to last Peerless Jethro. Farmer Wilson on the bunny is out by 4 or 5 on the corner. Alstallone, Pagan Jess third. A couple, Big Bad Delvine, Glenn's Hankey. Raider Power and Buena Cello, but into the straight it's all Farmer Wilson, and Farmer Wilson wins by nearly 8 or 10 lengths. A great performance. Farmer Wilson first, Alstallone second, Glenn's Hankey third, then came Big Bad Delvine, followed by Buena Cello. A break then to Pillars Jethro, Raider Power and Pagan Jest was last.
All right, we'll check those there. So an easy one for number 7. Farmer Wilson scoring very well indeed from 5 and 3. Alstallone and Glenn's Hankey. Now, at Newcastle...
There's the light, they're off and racing, and My Shipmate on the inside fired out. Chelsea Square began smartly. Quickly away as Master Paulsborough looking for the lead at the judge the first time, and Sapling Ship is tearing across as well. Moves up to be second as they go by the judge. Oh, trouble. My Shipmate's out of its gear, galloped back through the field, and a couple of others went out with it as they head towards the back. And one of those was Bradford Hanover, the other one Circus Maximus getting back into stride now. Down the back and Sapling Ship found the fence and led. Master Paulsborough second, a couple of lengths away, third out Chelsea Square. Strung out, followed by Stevenelli, picking up ground as My Shipmate, and then Circus Maximus, and after getting into trouble, Bradford Hanover trails away last. Going on towards the top corner, 1,400 metres left to go. Little Alison Smith has Sapling Ship stepping along nicely in the lead. A length and a half clear of Master Paulsborough. Is getting a lovely run on the leader's back, and 2 away, third out Chelsea Square, followed by Stevenelli. Next is Circus Maximus making up ground on the outside of My Shipmate, and Bradford Hanover is last. Bell at the judge this time as they turn the corner. Sapling Ship first for the judge, leads a length and a half Master Paulsborough. Out Chelsea Square having a nice run in third spot, and right behind it is Stevenelli. A length and a half further back to Circus Maximus is the first without cover as they come down the home stretch. My Shipmate next on the inside, and Bradford Hanover whips them in. 1 to go, racing past the post, no loafing. Sapling Ship is lobbing along nicely in the lead. Leads to the turn out of the straight from Master Paulsborough and out Chelsea Square. Stevenelli is next, and they've got away about 2 lengths on Circus Maximus, followed by My Shipmate and Bradford Hanover last. Into the final circuit, 800 metres left to go. Sapling Ship rolling along in front by 2 to Master Paulsborough. 2.5 out Chelsea Square, and then Stevenelli. Circus Maximus on a loose rein is being chased hard, followed by Bradford Hanover and My Shipmate. Going on towards the top corner, Sapling Ship the leader, a length and a half clear. Master Paulsborough's ready to pounce in second spot, and then out Chelsea Square. Stevenelli's flat to the boards trying to pick up these leaders, and so too is Circus Maximus. 300 to go, and there goes Master Paulsborough. Master Paulsborough shot to the lead, coming to the corner. On the inside, Sapling Ship is trying to fight back. Here's out Chelsea Square, peeling out 3 wide, and Stevenelli 4 deep, followed by Circus Maximus. Master Paulsborough hit the lead. Out Chelsea Square's trying to reach it. Circus Maximus working into it now, but Master Paulsborough's in front. Out Chelsea Square grabs it close to home, and out Chelsea Square came away and won by more than a length, Master Paulsborough. Third home may have been Stevenelli, just in front of Circus Maximus, and then came Sapling Ship and Bradford Hanover. Back second last, My Shipmate was last.
Okay, well...
Lights on. Racing, Little Guns out wide and the Monument closer to the fence. Both came out very quickly. Lord Warrior began well in front of Bermuda Deed and Suru King. Then Fair Dinkum, Well Van Miss, I'm a Bay and Allegro Queen drops out to the tail of the field. The Monument sped to the lead into the first bend with Lord Warrior second, Little Guns third and inclined to hang on that corner. Bermuda Deed out 3 wide and surging forward. Then Suru King on the outside of Well Van Miss. 2 lengths to Fair Dinkum, 3/4 Allegro Queen and I'm a Bay had dropped back to the tail of the field. The Monument takes them down the back at the 1650 and leads by a length. In second spot, Bermuda Deed without cover. Lord Warrior third on the rail. Little Guns fourth, 1 out and 1 back now, but still inclined to throw his head about. Well Van Miss midfield on the inside of Suru King, then Fair Dinkum. Allegro Queen second, last and I'm a Bay whipped them in. Lead time of very leisurely 38.3. And it's the Monument at the 1300 metres peg by 1 over Bermuda Deed working the breeze. Lord Warrior third behind the leader. Little Guns fourth and Sweet Seating. Well Van Miss midfield on the inside of Suru King. A length and a half to Fair Dinkum. Then Allegro Queen and I'm a Bay last as they work down the stretch. 33 for the first quarter of the mile. There's not a lot of gas being used here. And it's the Monument on top at the judge in the red lights. Leads by a length. Bermuda Deed second. Lord Warrior third, locked up behind the leader. Little Guns fourth, still with the run of the race on the outside of Well Van Miss. Suru King 3 back in the running lane and then Allegro Queen covered by Fair Dinkum and I'm a Bay's 2 lengths away at the tail. The Monument takes them past the half. 750 left to run. 31.2 for the second section and the Monument by a length to Bermuda Deed. Lord Warrior locked up on the rail. Little Guns on the back of Bermuda Deed. Well Van Miss awkwardly placed on the fence. Then Suru King from Fair Dinkum, who's giving the leader the best part of 6. Allegro Queen second, last and I'm a Bay last. The Monument at the 450 by 1 over Bermuda Deed. Lord Warrior on the rail. Little Guns yet to peel. Suru King's off now. He's 3 deep. Then Well Van Miss. Fair Dinkum on the back of Suru King from Allegro Queen and I'm a Bay. Bermuda Deed goes after the Monument. At the top of the lane, Bermuda Deed stuck his head in front of the Monument. Then Little Guns. Fair Dinkum's giving them too big a start. Bermuda Deed leads 100 out. The Monument kicking again. Bermuda Deed in front of the Monument. Bermuda Deed's forging clear close to home and Bermuda Deed wins. Bermuda Deed wins a race that had to be won by leaders. They went too slowly early for backmarkers. Bermuda Deed beat the Monument and Little Guns. Then Lord Warrior, Fair Dinkum, Allegro Queen, Suru King, Well Van Miss and I'm a Bay at the tail.
OK, Bermuda Deed.
The back, 22.30 the journey. They're away. And Bonero Bell came out quickly. Scotty Globe and also from out wide, Hunger Buster showing a heap of pace to the first turn. Oriana Skipper headed off on the inside. Scotty Globe gets to the rails. Hunger Buster goes on with the job though, and I think he will find the lead. He will. Hunger Buster goes to the 4 metre lead. Bonero Bell moves up on the outside. Scotty Globe in behind the leader. 4 metres then to Oriana Skipper. Moving up around it in turn was Apple Graft. Another 4 metres then to Tabina Day. Sir Talkalot stays on the rails in the early stages, and Tip Top Prince has eased out to the tail. Now they slacken off in front. Hunger Buster led by 4 metres. Bonero Bell sitting up second. Scotty Globe in behind the leader. Apple Graft's 1 out and 1 back. Oriana Skipper 3 back the rails. The lead time only 47.1. To Binaday next, Sir Talkalot the rails and Tip Top Prince whip them in. Well, there's no speed on. I wonder how long these runners can sit at the back, the favourites. Hunger Buster, the leader, heading into the back. 4 metres clear. Bonero Bell second. Scotty Globe in behind the leader. Apple Graft in the 1-1 trail. Next then Oriana Skipper on the rails. 4 metres to Binaday. Sir Talkalot held up and still biding his time at the tail was Tip Top Prince. They're about to come off the back straight, a lap and a half from home. And the leader is still Hunger Buster. Travelling well on top. It led a couple of metres. Bonero Bell second, getting a bit closer. Scotty Globe in behind the leader. On the outside then running fourth was Apple Graft. Then to Binaday. Now he's getting itchy fingers on Tip Top Prince. He comes out 3 wide. Tries to flash out to Binaday. Oriana Skipper the inside and Sir Talkalot will track home onto the back of Tip Top Prince. They only went the first quarter in 32.5 as they come down the straight. Hunger Buster 3 metres in front, Bonero Bell second. Tip Top Prince moving up solidly out 3 wide. Scotty Globe's had a great run in behind them. Sir Talk-A-Lot on the back of Tip Top Prince with Applegraft in the centre. Oriana Skipper on the inside and Tabinade between runners at the tail. They head towards the back straight. It'll be a sprint home the second quarter, only 32 seconds. Hunger Buster is a metre clear of Bonero Bell second. Tip Top Prince out 3 wide, Applegraft in the centre. Back along the inside then Scotty Globe. Sir Talk-A-Lot out wide, might be struggling a little. Tabinade gets through inside of it. And then Oriana Skipper, they come off the back straight. And Hunger Buster is the leader. Tip Top Prince though is grinding away on the outside. Bonero Bell in the centre. Then Applegraft. Tabinade comes late. Sir Talk-A-Lot's not in the hunt. Scotty Globe looking for a split.